All right, let's jump right into this explainer and tackle what is honestly a creator's absolute worst nightmare. You're regularly uploading content, you're getting thousands of views, you feel like you finally got momentum, and then you hit publish on a brand new upload and it completely flatlines. Crickets. It is incredibly frustrating. Well, today we're going to demystify what's actually happening behind the scenes. We're going to use real data to cut right through the internet rumors so you can stop guessing and actually start growing again.
When an upload inexplicably tanks, I can pretty much guarantee this exact question pops into your head right away. Wait, did YouTube just shadowban my channel? I mean, it's totally human nature to assume some invisible, malicious algorithm is deliberately hiding all your hard work. But honestly, a lot of the information you'll find floating around the internet about this is highly misleading, and we are going to clear all of that up today. So let's start by defining what a shadowban supposedly even is. The internet usually describes it as a platform secretly reducing your visibility without ever telling you. You search for your upload and it's just gone. Your recommendations vanish into thin air. But here is the absolute most critical takeaway for you today. YouTube simply does not have a malicious, secret, channel-wide ban system. A sudden drop in views absolutely does not automatically equal a shadow ban. There are much more logical explanations for what's going on. To really understand this, let's examine our first crime scene. Picture this. You run a channel all about smartphones. Your previous uploads have a really great track record. The second one gets 2,400 views, the third gets 1,800 views. Then you upload the fourth one, and after 24 hours, boom, only 20 views. Naturally, you immediately want to scream shadow ban. But as an analytical creator, you got to put on your detective hat here and look a little deeper into the actual data. The very first crucial thing you need to look at is your impressions. In this exact scenario, let's say the platform gave your upload a grand total of 150 impressions. That just means it simply isn't showing your thumbnail to very many people in the first place. Why? Well, it could be that the specific smartphone you just covered has extremely low demand right now. Or maybe your previous uploads attracted a totally different audience who just couldn't care less about this particular model. It's an audience mismatch, guys, not a ban. Now, what makes this mystery even more interesting is the click-through rate, or CTR. Let's say you had 8 people click out of those 150 impressions. That's a 5.3% CTR. And honestly, that's actually not terrible. It shows that when people do happen to see the thumbnail, they're clicking at a pretty decent pace. This proves that your packaging, your title, and your thumbnail aren't necessarily the problem at all. The issue is purely that low number of impressions. Okay, let's move to a brand new suspect. Imagine a totally opposite scenario. You upload this highly anticipated piece titled Top 10 Smartphones of 2026. The algorithm absolutely loves the broad appeal of this topic and hands you a massive 50,000 impressions. Sounds absolutely amazing, right? You're thinking you've gone viral. But wait. You check your analytics and you only netted 800 views out of those 50,000 impressions. What on earth went wrong here? Well, here is the culprit, staring right back at you, a super dismal 1.6% click-through rate. In this situation, you are definitely 100% not shadow banned. YouTube tried to show your content to a massive audience, but people saw your thumbnail in their feed and completely ignored it. They just kept scrolling right on past. Your problem isn't visibility at all. Your problem is your packaging. Your thumbnail, your title, or maybe the combination of both just did not connect with anyone. And this perfectly illustrates how a simple shift in human psychology can fix the whole issue. Think about it. Top 10 smartphones of 2026 is just a bit boring, right? But what about 10 smartphones you should not buy in 2026? Now that creates immediate curiosity. It creates urgency. A simple title change like that can drastically turn around a terrible CTR. Remember, low views don't automatically mean low visibility. You always have to check your impressions and your CTR together. Let's look at one more scenario, and honestly, this one is a bit of a heartbreaker. You get 20,000 impressions. Amazing. Your CTR is a solid 7%. Also great, people are definitely clicking. But then, look at that last stat. Your average view duration is a mere 20 seconds on a 10-minute upload. Ouch. Your thumbnail and title worked perfectly to get them through the front door, but the viewers took one look around and immediately abandoned ship. So, why the mass exodus? Let's see how this builds on what we know about audience behavior. You know, the classic rambling intro. Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Please subscribe, smash that like button, hit the bell. Look, viewers today have absolutely zero patience for this. They will click away before you even finish your sentence. And the system will stop recommending content if viewers aren't satisfied. The solution is simple. A fast, 30-second value-driven hook. Give them exactly what they clicked for immediately. Boom. Now they know exactly why they need to stick around. All right, now that we've really dug into the performance metrics, let's step entirely out of the Shadowban myth and look at cold, hard reality. If you genuinely suspect an issue with your channel, go directly to YouTube Studio, click on Content, and look straight at the Restrictions column. This is where you find actual identifiable platform restrictions. Do you have copyright claims, age restrictions, a community guidelines violation? If you get hit with an age restriction, don't assume you're part of some secret shadow ban. You have a very clear, documented restriction, and you need to use the official appeal process to handle it. Let's also investigate traffic sources, because this tells a massive story about your audience. Take a look at this breakdown. Here, we're establishing a healthy baseline for older, successful uploads on our hypothetical channel. Notice the smooth distribution. 40% from browse features, 30% from suggested, 20% from search, and 10% external. This is a very standard, very healthy mix of traffic for an established creator. But now compare that baseline to your brand new upload that completely underperformed. Look at this wild shift. 80% of the traffic is suddenly coming from external sources, with browse and suggested dropping all the way down to a measly 5%. What does this actually mean? It absolutely does not mean you are banned. It simply means the algorithm is testing your content out with a completely different audience, or that the specific topic just doesn't resonate with the people who watched your older stuff. The system isn't punishing you, it's just recalibrating. Oh, and here is another incredibly common myth we need to dismantle right here, right now. Creators love to copy their exact title, open up a secret incognito window, and search for it. And when they don't see their thumbnail sitting right at the #1 spot, total panic sets in. But guys, searching your exact title does not guarantee a #1 ranking. Search is highly personalized, and it's constantly shifting based on user behavior. Failing to find yourself at the top doesn't mean you're banned. It just means search is working dynamically like it's supposed to. Plus, remember that a lot of content gets the bulk of its views from recommendations anyway, not search. Okay, but what if you're facing the absolute ultimate creator nightmare? You hit publish, wait several agonizing hours, and you have exactly, literally 0 views. First rule, do not panic. You have to consider your context. If you run a brand new channel and you just uploaded something hyper niche, like best welding machines for a very specific industrial application, there honestly might just be a tiny initial audience for that topic. You have to give it time to breathe. 0 initial views do not prove a shadow ban exists. So when should you actually get concerned and put your detective hat back on? You should only launch an investigation when you see a consistent, sustained pattern. Let's compare these 2 columns. The first one shows uploads 1 through 5 consistently hitting 1,500 to 2,000 views. That is a normal, healthy pattern. But in the second column, suddenly uploads 6, 7, 8, and 9 are all stuck between 12 and 20 views. This is where an investigation is actually needed. Never, ever diagnose a shadow ban off of one single flop. You are looking for a sustained drop across multiple consecutive uploads. And look, if you do actually see that bad pattern, here is a firm warning on what absolutely not to do. Do not panic and go buy views or subscribers. That is going to permanently ruin your channel's data. Do not use bots. Please do not repeatedly delete and re-upload the same exact file hoping the algorithm will magically treat it differently on a Tuesday. It won't. And lastly, don't completely abandon your entire channel strategy overnight just because of a slight dip. Making rash, panic-driven decisions will actually harm your standing far more than a bad upload ever could. Instead of panicking, empower yourself with this checklist. First, verify your actual restrictions in Studio. Then, check if your impressions prove the platform is even showing the content at all. Next, analyze your CTR and retention to see if your packaging and the content itself are actually connecting with people. Finally, look at your traffic sources and identify those patterns across multiple uploads. Just find the bottleneck, make a targeted change, and test it again. It's science, not magic. Honestly, the smartest thing you can do for your sanity and your growth is to stop guessing and stop blaming some mysterious algorithm. Because once you actually understand the numbers on your screen, you can start making informed, powerful decisions for your content. So, I'm going to leave you with this final thought. Have you ever thought your channel was shadow banned, or did the data just tell a story you weren't quite ready to hear? Dive into your analytics today, start asking the right questions, and let the data guide your next big success.